what does really go wrong in the first 2 years of marriage? Why do we have a high rate of divorce among young professionals these days? They barely just get married, and after 6 months or 1 year or so, we see that they're going for counseling and they want to go and file for divorce and so on. And it's becoming very common. It's very scary. The statistics are very scary. We have a very low rate of marriage among young professionals and a high rate of divorce, unfortunately. So what really goes wrong in the first 2 years of marriage? And why 2 years in particular? SubhanAllah, 2 years in particular, because this is what they call it, the 2 years of the in-love phase, which means the potential, for the relationship to continue is when you adjust within the first 2 years of the relationship. There is so much that you need to learn about each other, so many things you have to adjust for and compromise and so forth before you reach your comfort zone and then move on together as a wonderful couple and starting a wonderful relationship, inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So what does really go wrong? There's so many things that might go wrong. One of the things I have seen among young professionals, it's part of their upbringing in this society, in this culture, in this generation. And that is the culture and the concept of instant gratification. See, many of the younger generations today, they grew up in a culture that gratifies them instantly. They need the joy, the jolt of joy immediately. They don't like to wait. So give an example. Whenever you order something, whenever you want to buy something these days, most of these young people, they go online, they cannot stand in line because it takes forever for them to stand 5 minutes in line when they can do it online. When it comes to eating, most people, they go actually drive through. They don't even want to go and sit down and eat and enjoy the meal together. Subhanallah, they want to do everything and they want to have that instant joy right away. As part of this culture, you see it online today. Even the internet, whenever they look for internet, they always look for the high-speed internet. They don't want to download something that takes more than 30 seconds to download. And subhanAllah, even though we thought that YouTube was an amazing phenomena until Vines came out, because people, they keep watching Vines 6-7 seconds, of a moment of joy and happiness and instant gratification for 2 hours without realizing that unfortunately they're poisoning their minds with this fake feeling of gratification and joy. That's why whenever you ask them to read a book, it's too boring. So when you open a book, you have to read 6-7 pages perhaps before you get to a moment of aha moment in the book that would be just like a moment of joy and happiness and so on. Life is the same thing. It doesn't move that fast like it is on a Wi-Fi actual connection or like on Vines or YouTube videos and so on. No, life has its own pace. It's a little bit slow, but it's sure, subhanAllah. And the young people today, men and women, they're not used to that. They're not used to the slow pace, to the things that needs to take time for them, to develop and so on. The moment they get married, they want everything they thought that marriage promises them to get, they will need it right away. And that's happiness. So happiness for them is a goal that they need to achieve instantly, but unfortunately they can't achieve that easy. So happiness is not a goal that you achieve. Instead, it's a result of being satisfied. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Allah Azza says, وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shall give you until you're satisfied. He didn't say until you're happy. Because if you're happy, if you're satisfied with what you have, regardless of how much that is, you'll always be happy. But if you're not satisfied with what you have, regardless how great that is, you'll never be happy. And marriage is one of those things that unfortunately people, they always fight to be happy in their relationship, not realizing that being satisfied can bring them the best happiness, inshallah ta'ala, in their relationship. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.